If you blinked, you might have missed Melania Trump's last appearance. These days, the former model turned first lady turned ghost of the East Wing is rarely seen, unless it's at a carefully curated photo op or an obligatory White House event. And while she's chilling between Mar-a-Lago and her Manhattan residence like a socialite in political exile, someone else has quietly stepped up, and it's not who you'd expect. Enter Usha Vance, wife of Vice President J.D. Vance, and now the Second Lady of the United States, a title that sounds like a consolation prize but is proving to be anything but. Usha isn't just tagging along with her husband, she's stepping into the kind of public, policy-adjacent role that Melania has long side-eyed from a distance. And let's be real, Melania has never exactly been eager to embrace the First Lady job. If the First Lady were a high school club, she'd be the student who signs up just for the yearbook photo and then ghosts the meetings. Her involvement has always been more selective cameo than leading lady. Melania on mute, Usha on the move. While Melania reportedly divides her time between lounging in Palm Beach and managing her wardrobe in NYC, Usha Vance is out here on diplomatic missions, attending policy events, and even heading initiatives that you'd normally expect the First Lady to spearhead. Case in point, a recent trip to Greenland. Yes, that Greenland, the kind of geopolitical PR move Melania would have dodged faster than one of her husband's infamous mid-speech kisses. According to reports, Usha's visit was met with mixed reactions, but regardless of the reception, it was her presence that made waves. As media scholars like Dr. Lisa Burns have noted, Usha is beginning to test her footing on the global stage. And with Melania mostly MIA, it looks like the Second Lady might just be the one filling Washington's soft power vacuum. From background player to bookworm boss, one of Usha's most noticeable public initiatives, a summer reading challenge for children, the kind of wholesome, bipartisan, apple pie effort that's practically a rite of passage for political spouses. The idea is simple: kids read over the summer, tell Usha about it, and they might win a trip to the White House. Books for kids, a break from screens and prizes. Honestly, it's a refreshing change from the doom-scrolling headlines. Every minute reading is a minute not spent scrolling Instagram or Googling stuff you shouldn't, Usha quipped in a recent interview. A line that was delightfully real, if not exactly PR polished. Sure, her Fox News debut was a little bumpy. Nerves were clearly at play. She stumbled over soft questions like a freshman during final exams. But hey, we've seen worse. Like, remember that time Melania launched a cyberbullying campaign while married to the Twitter troll-in-chief? Breaking the mold of Second Lady. Historically, Second Ladies haven't been expected to do much beyond smiling politely and showing up at luncheons. But Usha, she's rewriting that playbook. Literacy campaigns have long been the realm of First Ladies. Michelle Obama had storytime down to an art. Laura Bush was practically a reading ambassador. And Barbara Bush turned it into a family mission. Usha is wading into those same waters. As the Second Lady, not the First. That shift is what makes her emerging role so noteworthy. She's not just filling in gaps, she's crafting her own lane. Melania's disappearing act. Meanwhile, Melania Trump continues her run as the most elusive First Lady in modern history. Since January, she's reportedly spent fewer than 2 weeks at the White House, a record not seen since the 1940s. Even her rare public moments like reading at the Easter egg roll feel more like contractual obligations than genuine engagement. According to historian Catherine Jellison, Melania's absence is almost unprecedented, and insiders suggest her heart simply isn't in it anymore, if it ever was. Author Michael Wolff describes the Trumps as separated in everything but name. And Joanna Coles at the Daily Beast didn't mince words, declaring Melania is missing. Ouch. A love story in reverse. If Melania's verbal silence wasn't loud enough, her body language screams volumes. From dodging Donald's kisses to masterfully swatting his hand away in public, she's become the queen of subtle shade. It's like every event is a new installment of Keeping Up with the Cold Shoulders. Who could forget that viral moment at the Republican National Convention when she dodged a kiss from her husband like she was avoiding a sneeze in flu season? Or the time at a baseball game where she turned away with an eye roll so sharp it could cut glass? Social media has been feasting on these moments for years, and Melania keeps serving. There's the famous umbrella incident, where Trump kept himself dry while letting Melania get drenched. Because nothing says romantic partnership like one dry billionaire and one soaked spouse. Or the hand-holding fails plural. In Israel, Rome, D.C., it's become a routine. Trump reaches out, Melania recoils. At this point, you half expect her to carry a mini fly swatter, a pattern that speaks volumes. Even during big moments, like Trump's inauguration, Melania seemed about as thrilled as a teenager forced to attend a family reunion. When Trump bolted up the White House steps without waiting for her, it was less presidential entrance and more every man for himself. During their dance at the inaugural ball, her expression was less blushing bride and more hostage blinking in Morse code. And when she finally left the White House in 2021, pure, unfiltered relief. That dazzling departure outfit, it practically screamed, "I'm free," as she strutted off Air Force One like a woman who just cashed her divorce check. Twitter likes and sarcasm. And remember the infamous Twitter moment? Melania's personal account once liked a tweet that shaded her marriage. The only wall Trump built is the one between him and Melania. Her team tried to play it off as an accident. Sure, and I accidentally eat cake at midnight. Let's not forget her elbow jab to remind Trump to place his hand over his heart during the national anthem. Some might call that patriotism. Others might say it's just another day of Melania handling both the symbolism and the competence in their marriage. Humor with a side of yikes. Perhaps the most jaw-dropping moment came when Trump, in one of his "what is he even saying" speeches, joked that if he were ever shot, Melania probably wouldn't cry. Then came 2024, and Trump actually was shot in the ear, turning his grim joke into an awkward case of reality, imitating stand-up. Melania issued a polite, PR-friendly statement, but the public, still squinting, wondering if she wrote it before or after her spa appointment. Back to Usha. While all this First Lady theater unfolds like a very awkward rom-com, Usha Vance is emerging as an unlikely and refreshing political partner. Beyond the press events, she's been a behind-the-scenes force in her husband's career from day one, helping J.D. Vance survive Yale Law, prepping him for debates, and editing his speeches like a political ghostwriter with a law degree. Her resume isn't just good, it's intimidating. We're talking Yale and Cambridge, 2 Supreme Court clerkships, and a mind sharp enough to slice through a Supreme Court argument like butter. J.D. Vance himself calls her his secret weapon. And honestly, it shows. A new chapter in political spousehood. According to experts like Dr. Diana Carlin, the Second Lady role is famously undefined. And that's what makes it so exciting. There are no rule books, no job description, just opportunity. And Usha seems to be grabbing it with both hands, hopefully not swatting away her husbands in the process. If Melania represents withdrawal from the political spouse spotlight, Usha may represent its reimagining. She's polished, academic, and quietly powerful. The kind of behind-the-scenes operator who might accidentally become a public figure just by doing the job well. And that's a wrap on today's deep dive into the disappearing act of Melania Trump and the unexpected rise of Usha Vance. What do you think? Is Usha stepping up to fill a leadership gap, or is Melania just over it? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. We read everyone. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.